maybe I could go to the movie theaters tonight. Which, wait, that's the song from West Side Story, actually. The song Tonight, actually. Which, yeah. Even though, yeah, wait a minute. I already went to the movie theaters yesterday, which I saw Freakier Friday yesterday. Which, yeah. Yeah. I mean, what can I review today? I know, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing my movie review, finally, on the original West Side Story movie from 1961. So, yeah, even though I already reviewed the 2021 adaptation on June 17th of 2022, and now I'm actually finally reviewing, or should I say, I'm actually reviewing West Side Story 1961 on my channel. So, yeah. So yeah, guys. So today, guys, I am going to be doing my movie review, and this time it's going to be on West Side Story 1961. So yeah, guys. So I am going to go right over here and say cue the intro, actually. So yeah, which I will be doing that in a half a minute, actually. Which I am going to go right over here and actually say cue the intro, actually. Which to be honest, I definitely cannot wait to review this movie on my channel. Which yeah. I do remember this classic musical, actually, and it's also very iconic, actually, which I also forgot to mention that, yeah, this is also one of the most iconic movie musicals ever, So now, guys, I'm going to go right over here now and say, cue the intro, actually, which, speaking of which, I am going to be doing right now, actually, so yeah. Cue the intro. I can't believe I'm actually reviewing the original movie, even though I did review the new movie 3 years ago on June 17th of 2022, and now I'm actually reviewing the original movie on August 15th of 2025, actually. Which I did know that this movie is actually going to be celebrating its 65th anniversary next year in 2026, actually, which I know that it's going to be celebrating its 35th anniversary next year in 2026, which is also really exciting, actually, man, time goes by very fast. So yeah, guys, so without further ado, let's get this started. So today, guys, I'm actually going to be doing, finally, my movie review on this movie right now, actually. So please enjoy. Hey guys, this is Evans Disney's Film Pictures Channel 25 here, and today, guess what, guys? And today, I am actually going to be doing my movie review, and this time it's going to be on West Side Story 1961, came in the year of 1961. So yeah, guys, so I am going to read this plot on the internet right now. So yeah, guys, so basically what the plot's about, West Side Story is the award-winning adaptation of the classic romantic tragedy, Romeo and Juliet. The fueling of the families, the fueling families become two warring New York City gangs, the White Jets, led by Riff, and the Latino Sharks, and also led by Bruno. Who, they they're hated accolades to the point that where either can coexist with any form of understanding. But Riff's best friend and former Jet, also Tony and Brenda's his young sister Maria young sister Maria also met at a dance. No one can do anything to stop their love, and also but Maria and Tony began meeting in secret, also planning to run away, and also then the Sharks and the Jets plan to rumble under the highway. However, or it gains control. Also gains control of the streets, and also Maria sends Tony to stop it, and also and hoping that it can end the violence, and also it goes terribly wrong, and also and before her lovers go lovers know what happened, tragedy strikes, and doesn't stop until the climactic and heartbreaking ending. So yeah, guys. So that's basically what the plot's about this movie. So yeah, guys. So yeah. So I do remember that. So yeah, guys. So I do remember that this movie actually did came out on October 18th of 1961, actually, which, yeah. And I know this movie is actually going to be celebrating its 65th anniversary next year, which, yeah. And also, yeah. And even though the original movie was from, even though the original 1961 movie is from United Artists, actually, which, yeah. Even though this movie is directed by Robert Wise and Justin and Robert Wise and Justin Roberts, which, sorry if I mispronounce that second person's name, but that's okay. But yeah, Robert Wise also did direct Robert Wise also direct yes, I know he also did even though Robert Wise also direct The Sound of Music as well, which also became a very iconic movie, which I also re-reviewed this year to celebrate its 60th anniversary this year, which is also another musical masterpiece as well, which, yes, I already reviewed Sound of Music as well, which, yeah. And also, yes, I did know that also Robert Wise also did direct West Side Story as well, which, yeah, the 1961 version of West Side Story, actually, which yeah. And also, yeah, even though, so, Kimmy has just burped up. So, yeah, even though this movie was released on October 18th of 1961 through United Artists, through United Artists, and also the film received praise from critics and viewers, and also became the highest-grossing movie of 1961. And also was nominated for 11 Academy Awards and winning 10, including for Best Picture. And in addition to a special award given to Robbins, and also Robbins becoming a record holder for most wins for a musical. And also West Side Story is regarded as one of the greatest musicals of all. The greatest musical films of all time. And also the film was also even though also the film was also designed as being critically and historically and also astonishingly significant by the Library of Congress, and it was selected in preservation in the United States National Film Registry in 1987, and also, yeah, even though a second film adaptation, even though it's not a remake, which I did know that the 2021 adaptation is not actually a remake, but more like another adaptation of the Broadway show, which I wouldn't actually count the 2021 West Side Story remake as a remake. Kind of like saying that, kind of like I don't actually count the 2003 version of Freaky Friday as a remake to the 1976 movie. Instead, it's more of another adaptation of it, which is it's more of its own thing, actually. Which, yeah, even though the second adaptation by Steven Spielberg was released in December of 2021. Which, fun fact, I did know that the 2021 West Side Story movie was supposed to be released on December 18th of 2020, but because of COVID, Disney delayed that to December 10th of 2021, even though it didn't do well because of it was in competition with Spider-Man No Way Home, which, yeah, but thankfully did win awards like Ariana DeBose winning for Alita, actually, which I thought she definitely did deserve, actually, which, yeah. which I still think the remake is still great actually, which yeah. Or should I say the film adaptation from Steven Spielberg was still really great actually, which yeah. And also, yeah. And yeah, I know that this is actually a really long movie, but hey, but I don't care. So yeah. I mean, I have seen long movies in theaters before, but I saw the new Wicked movie. I definitely cannot wait for Wicked for Good coming out later this year. Even though it's going to be long, I don't care actually, but yeah. And also, yeah, even though, yes, I am going to read the production on the movie right now, even though it's not going to be that much. It doesn't. Actually, yeah, so executive producer Walter Marsh enlisted the services for Jamal Robbins, who also directed and choreographed this stage version of West Side Story. But Robbins had no previous film experience, and also March hired Robert Wise, who actually to co-direct and produce because his experience in grittier subject matter and his ability to complete a motion picture film under budget and also and ahead of schedule, and also Robbins was set to direct the musical sequence, and also Wise would handle the story's dramatic elements, and also Robbins was Robbins directed his portions of the film first, sending a great film deal, and also of time of retakes on set of rehearsals, as well as discussing setups with Wise, and also assistant director Robert recalled an unusual number of injuries incurred by the dancers after 45 days of shooting. The picture was 24 days behind schedule, with the film over budgeted over budget, and also with the film over budget, Wise Wise dismissed Roberts, and also remaining dance numbers directed with the help of Robinson's assistants, and also recognizing Roberts' his careful creative collaboration to the film, and also Wise agreed that Robbins should be given a co-directing credit, and also Robbins and Wise would also Robert and Wise also kept contract and discussed the production, and also Wise was talking many of Robbins' suggestions about the editing of the film, and also the title and and also the end credits were designed by Saul Bass, and also with Alina working Bass, and also Bass was also credited it as a visual consultant for creating the opening sequence of the film's overture, which yeah, and also yeah, even though also on location shooting the prologue and the jet song was constructed at two different Manhattan New York locations, a playground located in East 110 Street, and also sorry, the iPad just kept glitching actually, but yeah, sorry guys, the iPad just kept glitching, and also between also now to two per way between Second and Third Avenue were served as a backdrop for introducing the two gangs, and also West 68th 8th Street between West End and Amsterdam Amsterdam values, and also even the free blocks as well, which even though there were a lot of cast that did audition for the movie, but they were to the actors that did get it, which even though Elvis Presley, fun fact, Elvis Presley was actually approached for the role of Tony, but it was never given to him actually, which even though Richard 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 Blair actually got the role of Tony actually. Well, Natalie Wood was actually filming Swindler in the Glass, but even though but she did get the part of Maria actually. So even though I'm not gonna read all of it, but that's okay. But so guys. So what do I think of this movie? I have to say this is definitely a classic musical. But this is definitely. I mean, West Side Story 1961 is definitely a classic musical actually. Which and also even though I'm not gonna read on the entire production of this movie, but that's okay. But even though I'm not gonna read the entire production of this movie because that would take forever, but that's okay actually. But and also this is actually I know that this movie is a very iconic musical actually, which excuse me guys, I just burped actually, so just excuse me guys. I mean but and also fun fact guys, this musical is also from Stephen Sondheim actually, which I know that this movie is actually based on the 1956 Broadway. I meant not the 1966. I meant to say this is actually. I know that this movie is actually based on the 1950s. I meant not 1956. I meant to say that this movie is actually based on the 1967. I meant to say this movie is actually based on the 1967 Broadway show actually, which and with lyrics by Leonard Brisson and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, which I know that Stephen Sondheim did do other movie musicals that definitely did become iconic actually, which I did know that Stephen Sondheim did other Broadway shows that definitely became very iconic actually, especially Company and also Sweetie Todd and even Into the Woods actually, and even Merrily We Roll Along, which is getting a film adaptation, even though it's going to be a long time until we see that movie actually, which and also I mean he did he did do a lot of iconic musicals actually, especially this musical as well, which even though he did do he was actually the lyricist actually, which and also and even the screenplay of this movie is from Ernest Ernest Leachman, which he actually wrote the screenplay of this movie, which and also even though let's talk about also the cast of this movie as well, which I thought were definitely really great in this movie as well, especially Natalie Wood as Maria, which especially Natalie Wood as well, which she's actually the same actress who was in Miracle on 44th Street actually, which she actually was in Miracle on 44th Street actually, which she actually played Susan Walker actually, which I also thought she was also fantastic in that movie as well. And also, sorry guys, the iPad just keeps glitching me out. I mean, I don't know why it's happening in my reviews recently. I mean, it just keeps glitching me out over and over again. It's just really annoying actually. But yeah, but now back into the review. So yeah, which I thought her performance in the I thought Natalie Wood's performance in the movie was also very iconic in this movie as well. Which yeah, Natalie Wood's performance in this movie is very iconic in this movie. Which yeah, even though even though Marioni Nuxon was actually the Maria singing voice actually, which yeah, and also yeah, and even Richard Blair as Tony was also really good in the movie as well, and yeah, even though Jimmy Bland was actually the singing voice of Tony as well, which I also forgot to mention that as well, which yeah, and even Rita Moreno, who also played Alita in the movie, was also really good in the movie. And also fun fact, also Rita Moreno was also in the 2021 adaptation of West Side Story as well, which yeah, and also yeah, even though Rita Moreno would actually become a really big name actress actually, which yeah, and also yeah, even though Betty Rodd would be the singing voice would be Alita's singing voice for a boy like that, and also even Maloney Naomi Nuxon for Alita's singing voice for tonight's Coronet, which yeah, and also yeah. Also, I did know that this movie definitely has a lot of iconic scenes, especially that iconic balcony scene with especially that iconic balcony scene in the movie where Maria and Tony were actually singing together actually, which I know that Tonight sequence is very iconic in this movie as well. Which yeah, and also yeah. And also, yeah. And also, just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec, guys. Don't worry, I'll be back to this review. So, yeah. Like, there is, scenes in the movie, like, the dance-off scene, and also the scene where, even though there is an iconic scene in the movie where Maria and, Tony which, where Maria and Tony actually meet at the school dance actually, which is also a very iconic scene in the movie as well. Even the Jets it's own the street, and also even the dance at the gym, that was a very iconic scene in the movie as well. Even cool, and also the prologue of this movie was also very iconic, and also Love at First Sight, and also the iconic America song, which yeah, even though fun fact in the remake it was, even though in the original 1961 adaptation it was actually at night, but in the in the 2001 adaptation of that was directed by Steven Spielberg was actually in the morning actually on the streets, which yeah, which also yeah, even though I thought Ariana DeBose did give a very memorable performance as Alita in the 2021 West Side Story movie, which I did know that the 2021 West Side Story movie is going to be turning 5 years old next year in 2026 actually, which yeah, man, time goes by very fast as well, which yeah, and also yeah, and there's also other iconic scenes in this movie like Challenge to Rumble, and also Somewhere, which also became an iconic song in the movie, which I know that the song Somewhere became very iconic actually in the movie as well. And also yeah, and even the Sparks Perform America, and even the I Feel Pretty sequence as well, which is also sung by Maria as well, which yeah. And even though I'm not going to spoil the ending of the movie actually as well, which yeah. And also And yeah. And also, yeah. Again, which it just keeps glitching over and over again, which yeah. And also yeah. But now back onto the reviews. Yeah, but yeah. But also, yeah, like yeah, there is so many iconic scenes in this movie as well. And yeah. And we all do know that Maria's iconic dress in this movie, which yeah, we all do know Maria's iconic dress in this West Side Story actually, that with the with the white dress and the red bow actually, which also became very iconic actually in the movie as well. Even though Paul Townsville, who was also the costume designer of the 2021 West Side Story movie, actually recreated that dress for the 2021 West Side Story movie, even though the 2021 West Side Story movie is not actually a remake. It's actually another adaptation of the Broadway show, actually, which also, yeah. Even though also Paul Townsville would also do the costume designs for both of the two Wicked movies, like Wicked and the upcoming Wicked for Good, which I definitely can't wait for Wicked for Good as well. So yeah. And now back into this movie as well, which yeah, this movie definitely has so much iconic scenes in this movie. So yeah. And yeah, so now let's also talk about the music and the score of this movie, which is actually composed by Leonard Bernstein, which I thought his score in this movie is definitely really fantastic and really phenomenal at the exact same time. And also yeah, and also did the songs of this movie as well. Which, speaking of the songs, let's talk about them actually. Which yeah, let's talk about the songs of this movie as well. Which, just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Which I know that Leonard Bernstein did do the music of the songs, but Stephen Sondheim was the lyricist of it as well. Which yeah, like the Overture, Jet Song, and even yeah, and even also Something's Coming, and also Maria, and also and even America, which that song is also very iconic in this movie as well. And even the song I Felt Pretty and also was also really iconic. And also even Somewhere, and also and even Tonight was also very iconic as well, which we all do remember that song. That song is also very iconic in this movie as well. And also and even the intermission, and also even Cool as well, and even A Boy Like That, and I have and I have a Love, and yeah, and also and even the Tonight Cornet, and also yeah, even the song Maria, and also Dance at the Gym actually, which yeah, honestly the songs in this movie are definitely very iconic in this movie as well, which yeah. So yeah, yeah, the songs in this movie are definitely also very iconic in this movie as well. So yeah, guys. So now let's talk about the music. No, I already talked about the music and the score in this movie. Now let's talk about the production design of this movie as well, which, just like the music and the score and the songs in this movie, it still holds up to this day. 64 years later, it still looks absolutely phenomenal and very fantastic at the exact same time. But yeah, I know this movie was also filmed in a studio and also possibly shot on location as well. But yeah, which overall, guys, yeah. I mean, the production design in this movie is definitely really great and really amazing as well. So yeah, it still holds up to this day as well. So yeah, guys. So overall, guys, I have nothing else to say about this movie, West Side Story, 1961. So yeah, guys. So if you haven't seen West Side Story 1961, where you've been, I recommend it. So yeah, guys. So I'm gonna give West Side Story 1961 a 10 out of 10 spectacular. So yeah, guys. So what do you think of my movie review on West Side Story? So yeah. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to like this video. So yeah, guys. So before I conclude this review, yes, I did get the DVD of the original West Side Story at Barnes & Noble this year, which I'm really happy about that. So yeah, guys. So that's it for my review. So yeah, so stay tuned for my stay tuned for my re-review, short review on Out, which will be out on this Tuesday on August 19th of this year. So stay tuned as well. So stay tuned for that as well, and also stay tuned for my my movie review for next Friday, which I'm going to be reviewing Happy Madison, which I'm going to be reviewing on August 25th. I mean, not August 25th, which I'm going to be reviewing Happy Madison next Friday on Friday August 22nd this year. So stay tuned for that as well, and also stay tuned for the following Friday, which I'm going to be doing my final review of August of 2025 with my re-review on Roman Holiday, or should I say my second re-review on Roman Holiday on Friday, August 29th of this year. So stay tuned for that as well. So yeah, guys. So before we go, guys, I'm going to sing for you guys right now. So yeah. Who's your favorite fearless hero? Who's your favorite fearless hero? I am ready, come on, I'm ready. I'm impatient in setbacks and steady. Bless me now as you blessed us so these years ago when you gave us a miracle. Am I too late for a miracle? Remember me, though I have to say goodbye, remember me. I'm just Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live in bar and life or opportunity? I'm just Ken, anywhere else I see as a friend. When it take for her to see the man be highlighted and fight for me. See the light where the sky meets sea, it calls me and no one knows before it goes. At the wind of my sail and the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go. Oh, tell them how I defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys in my next review. So, yeah. So, I'll see you guys later, and bye.